Welcome back to the Triple Double Watch, guys. We are glad you guys are joined today for a second half preview of the MLB season. And we are totally not recording two videos in one night based off the outfits.
You're not saying this.
Like, you're just not. So.
And we definitely didn't take an hour to fix the lighting for this. And I looked at the light again, and it's too bright.
Did you get a clip of that?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, you guys will see. This will be right here. It'll be right here.
Yeah. Have fun with it.
Welcome back to the Triple Double Watch. Today's video, JJ setting up the lighting.
Y'all get a bunch of hits on this one.
All right, and we're back.
So JJ is not very good at working.
I think I was great.
Welcome back to the Triple Double Watch.
We are talking some second half MLB predictions. It is going to be a close race for a lot of wild card spots, a couple divisions. A lot of teams are
Anyways,
a lot of teams are still competing. It's going to be a hectic trade deadline, maybe one of the best in a couple years, possibly, because
last year's was mid, so yeah.
Yeah, upwards of 20 teams could be at least halfway buying. Yeah. So that's going to be fun. So first we're going to talk about some trade targets. Then we're going to talk about division races, wild card races, who we think is going to go up, who we think is going to go down. Yep. And then we're going to predict World Series, playoffs, and awards. So stick around. We'll keep everything kind of short and sweet, and we'll get through some of this stuff.
Yeah, we like to say we will.
Hopefully.
Yeah, let's get right into it.
Yep.
So, big news you heard in the last video.
Because you watched it.
Yeah, you guys watched it.
Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe too. Hopefully we're at 50 subscribers now when you're seeing this video.
Hopefully. So, you watched the All-Star Weekend recap. So, Juan Soto's been in the news a little bit.
A lot.
Just a little bit. He's declined a 15-year, $440 million extension. So the Nationals are shipping him out, or attempting to. So he's the guy this trade deadline. You don't get these types of guys out there very often.
No.
He's being compared to Kevin Durant, and he's 23, not 32.
Exactly. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so this is a little bit different. It's going to be interesting to see what type of package the Nationals get back for him.
So I saw a thing where the most comparable package in MLB history, at least like recently, is Miguel Cabrera in 2004, I think it was. The Marlins traded him to Detroit. And the Marlins got back 6 prospects. And 2 of them ended up being, had good MLB careers. Now, overall, though, Detroit still heavily won that trade. I forget who the 2 people were. They were guys I knew, but I forget now.
We'll get that up.
But
keep talking.
Played for Miami and had good careers, but didn't stay with Miami the whole time even. But Miguel Cabrera was a legendary all-time player, led them to World Series, had a Triple Crown, MVPs, the whole thing. So when you have a guy like that, it's just... That's an auto win, no matter what you get back in return, pretty
2007.
much. 7, okay.
A few more years. I seen Dontre Willis's name in this.
It was some outfielder I knew. Cameron Maybin. Yeah.
Andrew Miller.
Cameron Maybin was
Why did I see Dontre Willis? He's not in it. Maybe he would. No.
But anyway, so couple good major league guys, and if you make that type of trade today...
Willis went with Cabrera. So
yeah, that's right.
Cabrera and Willis for Maybin, Andrew Miller, Cardinal legend, Mike Rabello, Eulogio...
And a bunch of guys.
Yeah, a bunch of guys we've never heard of.
So anyway. But if you make a trade like that today, it's possible to win that trade if you trade for 6 prospects and 3 or 4 of them become really good and 1 or 2 of them are all-stars then. But it's always a shot in the dark in baseball. You never know, even if you're a guy on the top 100 prospects list, if you're going to have a long MLB career when you already have a proven guy like Soto. But all signs are pointing to the Nationals going to trade him, and it's just what's the best package a team's willing to give, because there's going to be trade offers on the table from half the MLB probably.
Yeah, so obviously, when a guy like this is in the news, you're probably going to hear the Los Angeles Dodgers, New York Yankees, Mets. I mean, you're going to hear those guys. So those are probably the front runners. But a lot of people have had the St. Louis Cardinals on the top of the destination because we have
a lot of prospects they might like.
We have a solid package we could put together.
Yeah.
Do we want to blow up our young trio in the outfield for him, though? It's Juan Soto. Don't get me wrong. But you got to think, for you Cardinals fans, it's probably going to be Carlson, Liberatore, Wynn, maybe even Wynn and Walker. Plus other guys.
And if you don't know those guys, those are top. Like those are our top prospects.
Wynn and Walker were both in the futures game.
Yeah.
So Wynn threw
probably Liberatore. Yeah. Did you mention him already?
Yeah.
So maybe even.
I mean, maybe two of our outfielders.
Yeah, and maybe guys like Oviedo even, who has been solid and stuff like that.
It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot. We blow up the young core for maybe 2 years of Juan Soto?
You got to bring the package to me, and I got to see it. Because it's one of those things, too, like, if the Cardinals were to call up the Nationals today, it's like you don't want to say, all right, we're giving you 8 guys, because maybe they would have taken it as 6. Yeah. So it's kind of a hard negotiation, too, because if you're the Cardinals, you don't want to, like,
that's what I said. If they send me an offer, if they come to me, which won't happen.
Exactly, because you have to come to the Nationals in this situation.
For whatever reason, you get an offer and it's Carlson, Liberatore, Wynn, and other guys. Mm-hmm. I'm probably countering without Wynn in it because he's such a bright star, and he plays shortstop. We kind of have this guy named Nolan at third that Jordan Walker's going to be behind if he's still there. So I feel like you want to keep all of them, but you would probably rather not trade Wynn.
Yeah.
So if you can counter offer something without Wynn, if you can give up Carlson, Liberatore, Walker, and then some other just mid-level prospects, mm-hmm. I'm probably taking it.
Exactly.
Or if they want Bader instead, I would feel confident in Dylan Carlson playing center field.
Absolutely.
Because he's shown he can do it.
Yeah.
So,
which I think they'd rather have Carlson.
Yeah, Carlson's probably a better. He's a much higher ceiling, I think.
And it's not a terrible situation to be in if you're the Nationals. Your team looks terrible right now, and it will be for the next 2 or 3 years. That's just how it's going to be.
Probably longer.
But if you trade Soto, you are going to get a good package from somebody. And so in 3 or 4 years, hopefully that trade comes around. Hopefully you get some other guys throughout your own farm system. But we have our top 3 as Dodgers, Padres, and Yankees.
Yeah, so the Padres seem to be the sleeper here. Not really sleeper, but they
might go
out of
all
the top
in.
teams, they probably have the best package other than, I would say, us. But
yep.
They could throw Abrams and Gore plus at them.
Yep.
And those are 2 pretty good pieces to get back.
So the problem with the Dodgers and the Yankees is both of their payrolls are already huge, which is no problem for those teams, but at some point you have to at least take it into effect. And they are paying a lot of guys, and Soto's wanting to potentially have a $500 million type contract. So that is something to at least consider for the Dodgers or the Yankees. Plus, the Dodgers and the Yankees don't have bad farm systems by any means, but they don't have the type of prospects we mentioned the Cardinals have and the Padres
yearly.
Exactly. So they just keep cycling through them.
Yeah. But the Dodgers seem to be bringing people up left
just
and right
out of nowhere. But the Padres have Mackenzie Gore, who is already a solid in the rotation guy. C.J. Abrams, who has struggled this year, but he's 21 years old. He's going to be better. And they have multiple top 100 prospects guys that they could throw in that deal too. And they desperately need an outfielder.
Yeah, I mean, we have them in contention for pretty much all the outfielders on our list here, so they need it.
And if they get a guy for 15 years instead, where they never have to search.
You also threw a sleeper out when we were researching the Rangers. Might have a package. Obviously, they have Leiter, but that would probably be not.
They would want to give up everybody except him.
Yeah, which if I'm the Nationals, I'm demanding him.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, so they low-key could make a package. Well, like you said, it could be half the MLB could come up with something.
And then the Rangers would, have a 2 through 4 of Semien, Seager, and Soto then in some order. So that sets you up nice for 5 years at least.
Dolis Garcia and other guys. Still.
Exactly.
Jonah Heim was on the All-Star snub list and still didn't get named.
Never,
Anyways, so what's your official prediction? Will he stay somehow? Or where do you think he's headed?
My prediction is going to be he stays for one more season. This is a way, way out prediction, but I say he will be traded to the Rangers next season.
Not even off season, just
maybe off season.
Yeah,
I'll say just
like
not
if he
now.
stays this year, it'll be off season. He's gone.
Yeah,
but
maybe not though. Maybe he might be gone now. It's just It's a weird. It's the weirdest situation there's been with a bona fide star in the MLB in a while.
Well, August 3rd, or 4th, whenever his first game with his new team, it's gonna be. Juan Soto's going to be playing left field.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Bellinger's going to be playing center field. And Mookie Betts is going to be playing right field. It's going to happen. And it happens yearly. They went. Who did they go and get last year?
So you put me on the spot.
Max Scherzer, Trey Turner.
Max Scherzer, Trey Turner. The Nationals.
Washington Nationals.
They're just taking the Nationals 2019
they are the
championship.
Los Angeles Nationals.
Or if you're Kyler, they're the Los Angeles Swingers.
Yeah, so I'm going Dodgers. I've been on this boat ever since he pretty much declined. They seem to get everybody, but Padres could make a run. I don't think he's going to New York either way, Mets or.
I feel like New York would target other guys that we'll get to later.
Yeah, so I'm going Dodgers. You're saying he's staying till the offseason?
If Soto goes to the Dodgers, are they the absolute clear front runner then?
Yes.
And would you...
Well, the Yankees will put up a fight still, I think.
But would you then pick them to win it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I would too, yeah.
And they would have...
That'd be unfair.
Well, I would say they would have no future, but...
they just find future.
Find a way. So, guys off the top of my head, they would probably have to give up are like Lux.
Definitely Lux.
Bobby Miller.
Dustin May.
It's gonna be a lot.
Whatever's in their farm
They'll
system.
give it up though.
Yeah.
Because it's Juan Soto. So that's the headliner.
Yep.
Obviously, he's gonna be in the news. So probably the second biggest name is Wilson Contreras. So Logan's not gonna like this portion.
He's gone.
Are the Cubs selling everyone again?
They're selling everybody. Because why would you not? I mean, honestly, they're still not in a state where they're going to be competing next year. Maybe even last year they said, oh, we're going to be 500 next year. Now they've been riddled by injuries and some unlucky stuff here and there, but even 500 ball is pretty irrelevant in Major League Baseball. It's just kind of the way it is. And if you're not competing in the next 3 years, I don't see the point of keeping Contreras around.
That was a wrong statement. If 500 ball, the Orioles are playing 500 ball, and they're 2.5 out of a wild card spot?
They're exciting, but in all reality,
okay, they're winning the World Series. I mean, you said in all reality.
I'm sorry, Kendall.
Okay,
but the point is, if they get into a wild card spot, they will no longer be 500. So,
anyways, why keep Wilson Contreras? You say?
Yeah, why? I mean,
because who else are they gonna have?
They don't want anybody. They want the number 1 overall pick in the 2023 draft.
Who's the top prospect?
I don't know, but they want him.
Is there another Jackson Holiday?
Yeah.
Kumar Rocker?
Exactly.
He's staying in Chicago. They're not going to send him out. So
we had our top 3 as potential places he could go if he does get traded as Mets, Astros, and Twins. All could use a catcher.
Upgrade.
Or at least a half DH, half catcher.
Yeah. All right, so where do you think Wilson Contreras will end up then?
So I thought about this about a month ago, and I kind of think it's inevitable.
Inevitable.
The one and only move this team will make is for Wilson Contreras. And in my opinion, they might then be later on my World Series prediction.
Oh. Well, I feel like I know which team this is then.
I think he's going to the Astros.
I think they're too confident in Martin Maldonado, or too. I don't know. used to him, rolling with him. They're sticking with him.
Yes and no. I think he's not going to get kicked to the curb by any means, but he has struggled this season behind the batting. He struggled last postseason batting. And I think once they get to the postseason, they're going to want that bat, whether it's at the DH spot and move Alvarez to the left field, or whether it's, all right, Maldonado can be with our starting pitcher for 5 innings and Contreras takes the bullpen, or vice versa, whatever. They're going to want at-bats from their catcher that are meaningful, and I think that's their best option at this point. So I think that might vault them then to my World Series favorites. I'm still not sure. That might change by the end of this video. So,
Okay. All right, well, moving on, we got Andrew Benintendi from the Royals. They've already shipped out Carlos Santana to the Mariners.
Yep.
So, where do you see him fitting? Who needs an outfielder? We said Padres were...
Anybody could use a guy like him.
Yeah.
For sure. What were our top 3 teams? We said
Yankees, Padres, Mariners.
So
Mariners reuniting with Carlos Santana.
Yeah, so we've read now the Yankees might not be a potential suitor.
Yeah.
Because he is unvaccinated and not allowed in Canada.
So then we lean Padres. Mariners are like...
They're a wild card, honestly. This whole trade... honestly, I don't really have a prediction just because half the MLB wants him too. The Padres could go for him, but the Padres might be going for a lot of other guys for more of a power bat. Benintendi's not a huge power bat, and they might be looking for that. So honestly, I have no prediction.
Okay, come on.
You want me to throw a random one out?
Yeah.
I'll say the Phillies.
Phillies. Okay.
A little bit of defense they needed to.
Yeah, so I would have said Yankees until I knew about that or remembered that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Padres. I think they'll take him.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I got Benintendi, the Padres. Although like you said, it could be Indy.
Yep.
Then we got Josh Bell. If you're sending out Juan Soto, no, why not send out anybody
it's a
with
fire
value?
sale? Yeah.
So, Josh Bell. We got his top 3: Brewers, Twins, Red Sox. Pretty much anybody that's not really in a huge, or are in any way in a first base market. So
yeah, or
a lot of
DH
contenders are a lot of the contenders already are pretty set with that. So, yep. I guess I'll go first. I think the Brewers could use him for some more power. DH, first base, platoon him and Tellez. So I'm going to go with the Brewers. And but the Twins and Red Sox are good. Twins could move Arias to kind of a utility or second or wherever.
So I'm gonna go Red Sox.
Yeah, that's a good. They don't really.
I think they might like it too because Josh Bell's picked up his power back a little bit this year, and that stadium might work in his favor.
Switch hitter.
Yeah, drive it the opposite way towards the Green Monster, get short home runs in right field. So, I think it's a good pickup for them. They're definitely still going to want to make the playoffs at minimum. Currently, they're sitting 2 games out of a wild card spot, but lots to be determined with Toronto, even Seattle, and Tampa Bay. So, I think they at least want to make the wild card, and this is the type of bat they need to replace Bobby Dahlbeck or just platoon and DH. And
it wouldn't surprise me if that's where he ends up. Recap of Kyle Schwarber last year.
Yeah, basically.
So this is those last 3 guys, Contreras, Benintendi, and Bell, would be rentals.
Yep.
They're no team control after this year. These next 4 players have 1 year of team control, so these are not necessarily rentals. These are
like half rent
this year and next year.
Rental extra.
Yeah. So first up is Luis Castillo,
pitcher for the Reds.
So we've got him Blue Jays, Mariners, and any other contender essentially. So that's what a lot of these starters and relievers is, just anybody that's contending could use an arm.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I'm leaning heavily Blue Jays here. It just feels like a...
I don't know if I'm leaning heavily, but I'm going to also go with Blue Jays.
Well, if anybody,
Yeah.
I would lean Blue Jays. So we'll agree on that one. And then another pitcher with a year of team control.
From the Reds, once again.
Well, this... Okay.
Oh.
Tyler Mahle.
My bad. I skipped one on the list. But we're going to go back-to-back Reds now.
Tyler Mahle.
Yep.
He's kind of like a guy that I could see, like...
The mid
my
markets
prediction,
kind of.
Well, yeah. My prediction is the Mets. I feel like he could slide in like a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you go into a series against the Mets with DeGrom, healthy DeGrom, Scherzer, Walker, Mahle, and I feel like I'm missing somebody.
David Peterson still.
Yeah. I mean, just it's probably a 4-man rotation.
Chris Bassett.
There it is. Chris Bassett. You could roll. I mean, that's a lethal 5.
That's the only reason that's not going to be my prediction. I think they'll bank on
Peterson
having Peterson good and their depth in general. If one of them were to get injured, it's still having Walker and Bassett, and they can go 4-man rotation if they want. They have a few long relievers too that are very good.
That is the reason I don't think, or I am leaning towards them. I don't think they'll bank on their depth.
They think they'll get injured.
The injury.
Yeah.
Already history.
Yeah, and I could totally see that. I just think they might allocate more resources to a power bat, a little bit of help in the outfield, maybe a little bit of help to the bullpen. But I could definitely see that. But my prediction is probably going to be the Dodgers. I think...
Dodgers, after you said he's a mid-market guy?
Wait.
Hey, anyway, I mean...
That is not what I meant.
Okay.
That's not... Sorry.
Okay.
I was looking at the wrong line.
You've been looking at the different...
I've been just completely bamboozled here for the last
Tyler
minute. Tyler Mahle, my prediction is the Mariners.
Okay.
I apologize. I said this earlier when we were talking. I said Mariners, and I saw Frankie Montas's name, and then I thought about Frankie Montas in my mind. That's next, or
it was
anyway.
Yeah.
So no, Tyler
shambles.
The time of this recording is
midnight. After midnight. And it's going to be a fun... We've already recorded a video.
It's going to be a fun shift at work tomorrow. That's all I know.
We both have to work at 9.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm going Mariners. I think that's a perfect little fit for them. Get a little another rotation.
I got Mets.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to mark these as we go. You've got AJ's in there. Anyways, Frankie Montas is next. Do you want to get a little background of...
Yeah, so Frankie Montas, pitcher for the Oakland Athletics. They're in full sale mode too, if they even have much to sell. But Frankie Montas will be a piece. Really good starting pitcher. Everybody will be interested in him. Our top 3 teams, though, were Cardinals, Dodgers, Red Sox.
He's been the biggest name around St. Louis.
Yep, for sure.
Than Juan Soto now, but
for a while, I think that'll be my prediction.
That's going to be my prediction as well.
The Cardinals, and I hope so.
Yeah, we need that. The names that have been around us have been Montas and Syndergaard. Yep. And I would much rather have Montas.
Okay. A lot of hate on Thor, but I'm just
I mean,
no,
whatever.
I agree. I'd
rather have Montas. So yeah. So we've already done Tyler Mahle because somebody decided we were going to do him.
Back-to-back Reds, makes sense.
So back to Logue's team. Ian Happ has a year of team control after this year. And you said they're selling everybody.
Everybody.
Like
they're bringing up the entire AAA roster.
That's what Logan said. Is they're going to have an Iowa Cubs roster here soon.
Hey, there we go. That's basically what they did last season. We were at the last game of the season last season, and then they had a guy literally brought up from Double-A.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
They got hit by a pitch then and had 1,000 on base.
Yeah. Made his debut.
The last day of the season made his debut.
So, Ian Happ, outfielder, can play third, second, I think, a little bit. So, a lot of teams could be looking for that.
Yep.
A little utility, switch hitter, decent fielder. So, we have Padres, Phillies, Yankees, who are obviously all in the market for an outfielder, probably.
Yep.
So I have been intending to the Padres, so I'm saying I'm going to go Happ to the Phillies.
Okay. So we're basically flip-flopping because I had Benintendi to the Phillies, and here I'm going to have Happ to the Padres.
All right.
So I think the Padres are going to like his switch hitting plus his utility type play. They don't want to play Tatis in the outfield when he comes back, but they will if they have to. But having Happ allows you to switch it up more, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think he'd fit well there.
Yeah. Solid. So back-to-back Cubs here. David Robertson is up next.
Yeah, relief pitcher for the Cubs.
Next four guys they're also rentals. No team control past this year. So, David Robertson's first up, and we have Dodgers, Phillies, and any other contender.
It's a shot in the dark.
It really is.
But
any bullpen piece is a shot in the dark. Anybody will take a bullpen piece.
I'll say Dodgers. But it's just it's somebody I don't think a team will have to give up a ton for.
You could give up one prospect,
which feels just like a Dodgers move because they don't want to give up a ton, and they want a guy for just this year. Exactly. So they want a guy for just this year. They do need a little bit of help in the back end of their bullpen. Craig Kimbrell's been spotty. Other guys have been injured here and there, so it never hurts to have another bullpen arm. He's got a lot of veteran experience for him. So
I'm going to go Phillies because I have a different reliever that I feel is going to go to the Dodgers later on. So, next up, Michael Fulmer, who, we really didn't think was that good until we looked up his stats. He's got a 2 ERA this year and 35 games for the Tigers out of the pen. Former starter and rookie of the year.
Yeah.
So, don't think his career path has gone the way he's expected.
Absolutely
but he could be going to a team here, such as the Cardinals, that could be winning a ring this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or the Dodgers, or etc., because anyone's going to take a bullpen piece. But my official prediction is the St. Louis Cardinals. Mark it down. We're going to actually get a bullpen piece.
I'm going to go Yankees.
Yankees, all right.
I think that's going to be the little one bullpen move of the trade season.
One bullpen move. All right, moving on. Brandon Drury, all-star snub. Third base, second base, kind of another utility guy, but pretty much an infield utility. So we've got White Sox, Rays, Giants. I feel like you could probably throw a couple other teams in there. For sure. But I feel like those three are all solid and could use a guy like him. So where do you got him? Is he getting traded?
I think he's getting traded, yeah. It's another one of those situations. If you're the Reds, what are you kind of holding on to him for? He's not super young. He
has no team control.
So I think they do trade him. And I can't imagine the White Sox go down the way they're looking right now. I think they need some kind of boost. Their bullpen and their rotation in general has been spotty, but I think it'll be better the more Lance Lynn gets back into form, the more hopefully Giolito, because he's been struggling. Yeah, so hopefully he gets back into form. Cease has been good. So I think they get their rotation figured out. I think they get their bullpen somewhat figured out. And I think this is kind of the guy they need to target and hopefully go get.
White Sox for James. All right. I'm going Giants for Drury. It just feels like they like those rentals.
Yep.
They got Chris Bryant last year.
And he might be relatively cheap.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of market, but
yeah, just feels like a Giants.
It's a Giants move.
So Brandon Drury to the Giants for me. Moving on, no team control. Starting pitcher for the Texas Rangers, Martin Perez.
All-star.
And pitched last night, I think, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. We've got Cardinals, Phillies, Giants, but this is another one of those.
It's a really good lefty starting pitcher. Anybody could want him.
So we're giving up Liberatore to get Soto, right? So we need a lefty. Because all we got Steven Matson.
We're actually trading for every guy on this list.
We're gonna have
to send some of them down to AAA.
Well, we're not gonna have a AAA team, so they're gonna have to put somebody there.
My prediction here is I had Benintendi to the Phillies. This is going to be their pitching move. I think they need a lefty. Their top three guys have been solid, and Nola, Wheeler, and Gibson has been good most of the year. 4 and 5 is a struggle, and if they make it to the playoffs, they'd want a really good 4th. And I think that's where Perez fits in then.
This is going to be my second does not get traded.
Ooh, okay.
I feel like they're going to...
I could see that.
I mean, you don't get this from him every year.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they're not that far out of a spot. I mean,
yeah, and they could re-sign him easily.
They could win, yeah. So, that's my second one. Contreras and Perez are not going to be dealt.
That's just no fun to me, so I'll probably say everybody on this list is getting traded.
Yeah, you have. Well, you said Soto.
I have one. I have one that I say.
It's the big gun.
And I'm gonna have a second.
So next up, K-Dog O's Trey Mancini. He's been in trade talks for a while now. He has a mutual option for next year, so I mean, kind of 1 year team control.
Yeah.
Not really team control, but you know. So he's probably a similar boat to Bell, a DH, first base, can play outfield. Brewers, Twins, Mets is our list for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, for K-Dog's sake, I'm gonna be no fun. They're making a run, and Trey Mancini is the franchise guy. Trey Mancini's a Baltimore Oriole. Trey Mancini's an Oriole.
Until like 5 days from now.
No. Trey Mancini is an Oriole for life.
So I actually think he won't get traded too. But
you're no fun.
But I'm gonna make a prediction that he's going to get traded, and I'm gonna say he's heading to the Brew Crew, the Milwaukee Brewers.
This guy. Oh man. Anyways, next up, no team control. Daniel Bard, reliever for the Colorado Rockies. I feel like this is a similar to David Robertson.
Yep, just anywhere.
Yeah. So.
But I already had the Dodgers getting David Robertson, right? So
yeah.
So I will say the Braves go get Daniel Bard.
Braves. Okay. So
they got to make some type of move. It feels like
they
don't have to. But
I had Robertson to the Phillies, so I'm not gonna double up. I'll go with you. They're both we're both on the Braves train there. Nice. So Daniel Bard has had a 2 ERA at the age of 37 in Colorado.
I almost forgot he existed.
Well, he did leave the league for like 7 years.
Exactly.
Was a starter for the Red Sox, dipped out, and came back as a reliever closer for the Rockies.
For irrelevant. I mean.
So speaking of irrelevant, Los Angeles Angels starting pitcher.
Okay.
Noah Syndergaard, a.k.a. Thor Love and Thunder.
So he's going to be...
No team control.
He's going to be in a package with Ohtani. Have you actually heard, though?
I've heard trade rumors, which is a joke.
I mean, when you're that poverty, you'll entertain anything, I guess.
Well, Shohei's not that good.
So...
Love you, Shohei.
Syndergaard could go anywhere.
Virtually anywhere. Another guy that's been in rumors to the Cardinals, but we also have Cardinals, Red Sox, and Mariners.
I'm going to go Red Sox.
I'm going to follow you to the Red Sox train.
I think that field might actually play to his strengths in a way. Again, Red Sox might make a couple moves to get back over the hump like they did last offseason or last trade deadline. Their starting rotation is very, very spotty after the top 2 to 3 guys, and so this is a nice rental for them.
Yeah. Yep. Agreeing. So, did not know this guy had a mutual option for next year. So, Technical could have a 1 year of team control. Nelson Cruz, who's just still hanging around.
Still kicking it.
He cannot play in the field. He couldn't play in 2011 in the field. He still can't play in 2022 in the field. So he's a strict DH. So we got Brewers, Blue Jays. We wrote Orioles, but Trey Mancini's staying there. So you could go like Red Sox, but they have JD. Anyway, I'll let you go first on Nelly.
So.
Oh boy.
We're getting wild with it. And I mentioned it to you earlier when we were talking.
Oh, boy.
The Rays are trading for him a second time.
Oh, good God.
It's just, it feels like a Rays type thing. I don't know why, but they're going to do it. And then they're going to make the playoffs because of it.
So, fire sale in Washington ends here. They're keeping Nelson Cruz. Franchise cornerstone. Nelson Cruz is staying in Washington. They're going to send everybody else
Soto's
out.
leaving, but
Nelly Cruz. They got to have somebody that has a name.
They don't. Just check out the Double-A cut.
Another outfielder from the Diamondbacks, David Peralta.
What do you mean another?
Another outfielder.
Oh,
Technically,
I thought
Nelly
you meant
Cruz was
another
a former outfielder.
Diamondbacks outfielder. I was like,
No,
I couldn't
Ketel
name you
Marte.
a second. Well, yeah, I guess
you could name a second.
I could. I was just exaggerating.
Yeah.
But
Shut up.
here we go. Well, Diamondbacks were at 500 in May.
May, 2 months ago.
That's better than I thought they'd ever be this year.
Where's David Peralta going? Look at the cheat sheet.
Look at the
Yankees,
cheat
Rays,
sheet,
Phillies.
and he's also going to the Rays.
What? Okay.
They need an outfielder.
Yeah.
They need a lot of
They
help.
just got Nelson Cruz.
So they're going to add Peralta and Cruz,
Gold outfielder.
and that's their trade
That's it.
deadline. Peralta and Cruz.
They did lose Manuel Margot.
Mm-hmm. Brett Phillips is better as a pitcher than a hitter.
Don't disrespect Brett Phillips.
Not my fault. He's batting under 200.
Okay.
Maybe become a pitcher. Full time. You're not Ohtani.
Ohtani's dog water. David Peralta. Do I have a Yankee outfielder yet?
I don't think you do.
I did not say Benintendi was going there. So
You don't. This would be a good fit for you.
David Peralta going to the Yankees.
Because we control all 30 MLB teams at this point in this world. So.
David Peralta is going to be the new left fielder for the New York.
Congratulations, Yankees.
I hope you start losing. Another outfielder. This guy has 3 years of team control.
Which is why the
Brian
Pittsburgh Pirates
Reynolds.
are keeping Brian Reynolds.
What? No fun.
Well, it's my only other one. Because, honestly, if they trade him, they're an absolute poverty franchise,
They already
and
are.
I don't want that
They
for
already
the
are.
Pittsburgh Pirates.
They already are.
Well, yeah, but they're like not even an MLB team anymore if they trade.
Okay.
So I don't want that for the city of Pittsburgh. So they're keeping him.
Nice ballpark.
Yeah,
Never been there. Want to go.
yeah. If they were any good, I might make the trip.
Should have went and watched Albert pitch there, or Yachty pitch there this year.
Thanks.
After all that scrutiny, Brian Reynolds is staying at Pittsburgh.
Oh, exactly. Let's go.
No fun.
Let's go,
No
Pittsburgh.
fun podcast.
Pittsburgh, 2023 World Series champs.
Don't ever. David Bednar, another Pirate. He has 4 years of team control.
Can I have a
All-star.
side note?
Side. No, you can't.
So, like,
No, you can't.
in 2020, when we had an NBA fantasy league, I memed Suns for the championship.
And they won.
And then in 2021, the next year, they were in the finals. And, like, I thought
That
they
is
were the worst team in the NBA.
So irrelevant.
Yeah, but that's the point. So that's what the Pirates are going to do next year. Pirates
Good
for the
luck.
2023 World Series.
O'Neal Cruz got to be savior.
Exactly.
David Bednar is staying in Pittsburgh.
I
I
agree
feel
with
like
that one,
they keep,
too.
if you got a guy with
For
3
over
to
3 or
4
more years, you got to keep. Don't give up just yet.
Speaking of over 3 or 4 years,
Yeah, but
Paul
he's gone.
Blackburn for
He's
a
gone.
real AAA team.
He's gone. Paul
He's
Blackburn's gone.
So we got Cardinals, Giants, Red Sox.
Yeah, but the Cardinals already getting Frankie.
Yeah. Could package it. Packy?
Shoot.
Packy?
Package it for Packy.
Okay.
Would you accept?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
not
only
Packy.
giving up Packy.
100% dog.
Packy, yeah, he's only got a. You X-ray Packy Naughton, folks. X-ray Packy Naughton. Go look at his X-rays.
I get scared, but
There's only dogs. He's only got dogs.
only got dogs. He's actually going to the Giants, so they need another pitcher.
Let me review my notes. I don't have a pitcher to the Red Sox.
I don't think you do. I did. I had Syndergaard.
So Blackburn's heading there.
All right, good for him, honestly.
Yeah. All right. So we had 20 guys. We went through them. That's going to be the thumbnail because I need to start using those.
So we're going to take those trade pieces we talked about in mind and think that they're on those teams that we said they're going to be on. And we're going to talk about kind of the second half, what we'd like to see, what we think we'll see. First, we'll kind of talk about the standings going into the second half right now, or as you're seeing this, might be like one game into the second half of this season, but regardless. So the time of recording, we'll go AL first. Yankees are leading their division by 13 games. Houston,
but everybody in their division is 500 or better.
Yeah. So, and they're all vying for a wild card.
How about them?
Because I don't think any of them will be reaching the Yankees.
Probably not.
Be unlikely.
64 and 28 is a pretty good start.
And then the Houston Astros are 59 and 32.
All right, well, we'll just ignore the AL Central.
Oh, I was just
Yeah.
So the AL West.
Yeah.
Houston Astros. And they're not even, for how great the Yankees have been, the Astros are only 4 games back from the Yankees and could still get home field. Crazy enough. How big's their lead in the division?
9.
So they pretty much got it locked up too, honestly.
Seattle's on a
14-game winning streak heading into the second half. So, make that 25.
Who do you have them getting again?
The Mariners?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, boy.
Couple guys, pitcher and an outfielder probably.
You have them getting...
But
moving on.
The Minnesota Twins.
Tyler
Mahle. Key piece.
I think that's it. Just Mahle.
That's all they need. He's starting every game for them. Him and Robbie Ray, of course.
And
he's irrelevant.
Best pitcher on the roster. Logan Gilbert.
No.
A.K.A. Gilly. Josh Gilly.
Gilly.
Definitely doesn't watch.
So you only start them 3 and then you never lose again. Yeah. But moving on. AL Central, Minnesota Twins are leading it at 50 and 44.
2 games up.
2-game lead.
40. Played 4 last games. 46 and 44.
I think that's going to be the biggest storyline of the AL is who the heck wins the Central.
If you put the Baltimore Orioles in the Central right now, they would be 3 games out of the lead.
Exactly. So, the wild card is interesting too. Right now, Tampa Bay sits at 51 and 41. Barely holds the first wild card spot. There's 3 wild card teams now, first time this year. Seattle barely behind at 51 and 42. We mentioned 14-game win streak. They're facing Houston coming out of the break, so that'll be put straight to the test, their 14-game streak. But if they get through them, then they got a real thing churning here for sure. And then Toronto is the 3rd wild card right now at 50 and 43.
Ironically, Houston doesn't have Seattle out of the break. They have the Yankees for a day. Must be a makeup.
Wow.
Weird.
Nice.
They're the only game. Wait, no, they're not. There's a couple other games.
Yeah.
Weird.
Like 6 games on
Weird anomaly here. The Houston Astros play 1 against New York. At least 1.
I think it's just 1. No, they play 2.
So a doubleheader in one day, and then they go back home. Or no, they go to Seattle. Yeah, they're at home, and then they fly out after a doubleheader to Seattle.
I think it's a doubleheader.
Seattle might have an advantage. We're going 17 at least.
We're going 17. Let's go Seattle. Sitting outside looking in. Boston's 2 games out of a wild card spot. Cleveland's 2.5. Baltimore's 3.5.
Let's go O's.
White Sox are 3.5. There's still a chance White Sox and Twins both make it, or Cleveland and Twins both make it, because Detroit and Kansas City are so bad. One of them, White Sox and Twins both beat up on them, and boom, they might both find themselves in the playoffs.
Trade Bobby Witt,
Exactly. Texas is 7.5 back, which is still possible.
Irrelevancy.
And now we have Angels.
The Angels are on the same level as Detroit, Kansas City, and Oakland.
Well, Oakland's in a different.
They're on a different stratosphere, but they're on the same level as Detroit and Kansas City, who you just called trash.
So the Angels were 29 and 19 at one time or something like that.
I don't care.
So they're They're like 10-33, literally, or something stupid in the past 40 games.
They're horrific.
Moving on to the NL. Dodgers leading the NL West at 60-30, and hold the number 1 seed right now in the NL. And they have like a 10 game? Yeah. So they probably have it locked up.
Arizona's only 21 out.
Exactly. Mets have the second best record in the NL at 58-35, leading the NL East. They have a small lead, though.
The Bravos are right there.
Yeah, they've kicked it into full gear. So, and then Milwaukee is leading the NL Central at 50-43 by a half of game over the Cards.
And it should be us over them in a half game if we could close out a game. Tony Gonsolin should have a loss.
Let's go, Tony.
Anyways, it's just a heated battle for third place in the NL Central. You got the Pittsburgh Pirates 11 out, the Cubs are 14.5 out, and the Cincinnati Reds are 15 out.
So who's gonna finish in third?
It's a battle for last place. Finishing in third will be Cincinnati Reds. Finishing in fourth will be the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Because the Cubs are poverty.
Oh, yeah, yes. And they're trading away
everybody.
Only Ian Happ and David Robertson. They're not trading away Wilson Contreras.
And Contreras and Frank Schwindel and
why?
And Rafael Ortega and
all right, enough of that. Wild card.
First wild card spot by a wide margin is the Atlanta Braves at 56-38.
That'll be the Mets soon because the Braves will be in.
Potentially so. They have a lot of games against each other in the second half, which we'll talk about. Second wild card spot right now, San Diego Padres 52-42, and the last wild card spot by just a slightly better winning percentage is the Philadelphia Phillies is 49-43. Sitting right out is the Cardinals 50-44. Giants are 48-43, a half game back, and then there's a big jump all the way down to the Marlins at 43-48. They sit 5.5 games back. Colorado 6.5 games back. Realistically, I guess Colorado and Miami have a shot, but they might soon fall out, and it'd be only San Francisco and St. Louis on the outside looking in. So about a 9-team race for
or 8-team race. Game out. We're winning this. Yeah.
If we don't win the division, it's a disappointment. We have.
What did you say we have?
So we have the easiest strength of schedule left. 11. I think it's like 11 versus the Reds, 10 versus the Cubs, and 9 versus the Pirates, something like that. 11, 10, 9 versus the division, and then 7 versus the Nationals.
Let's hope like only one of those against the Cubs is Kyle Hendricks, because if it's not,
and then we have 7 versus Soto-less Nationals.
You're right, but you predicted otherwise.
Doesn't mean it. Let's go back to the AL now. And what's the one thing that you think will change from the current standings?
Minnesota will not win the Central.
Okay.
It's going to be close. I think the Guardians, I think they have the best chance. But if the White Sox figure out their health and fire half of their staff, they might have a shot still. But
just half the staff?
Probably all of it. But what's going to change in the standings?
Yeah.
The Baltimore Orioles are winning the AL East. They're only 18 out. So
Kendall's been in your ear too much, apparently.
No. I'm just being realistic. Baltimore Orioles are winning it all. In the AL, the Cardinals are winning it all. You know what's going to change in these standings? Oakland's loss record or loss column is only at 61.
Only, yep. Pretty good, honestly.
I think it's going to finish at how many games they got left?
Like 70.
So probably about 130.
They're going 1-69.
Yeah.
That makes sense, honestly.
They're trading everybody. Montas, Blackburn.
Yeah, and they're going to have an average attendance in the second half of 2,000.
No,
sorry, cut off all the zeros, too.
Just 2. Yeah, so, no, I think in the AL, I don't think the Twins win the division. I think they still make it.
Okay.
Because I don't think this AL East, with how good they all are, they can't all win.
Yeah, I think the same way. I kind of think Boston's going to be the one on the outside looking in, unless
the O's are just handing out free losses the rest of the year.
Exactly.
The division opponents.
Unless Boston makes multiple heavy trades, I think they're going to be on the outside looking in. So I'm going to say the Twins do still win the division. But I'm going to say the White Sox creep up and snag a wild card spot over Seattle. I think.
So you don't think Seattle's getting in the playoffs again?
The streak's just going to stay alive. I'm sorry.
Julio can't carry you.
You can't carry him on the way. So moving back over to the NL now, what's going to change about?
My official. I think it's going to be Yankees winning the East, Guardians Central, Astros West.
Yep.
I do think Seattle gets a spot.
Okay.
I think Twins get a spot.
Okay.
And actually no, Seattle doesn't make it because Tampa and Toronto will be making it.
Exactly.
So Tampa, Toronto, and Minnesota.
Yeah, so I have that except
and
White
Baltimore
Sox.
will be given a free commissioner's pass because they're too good. So they get a bye to the World Series.
Wow.
Anyways,
that makes
Yankees,
sense.
Rays, Blue Jays, Twins, Guardians, Astros is the AL.
I got you. I like it.
Let's see if that matches. Nope.
Nope.
It doesn't match my preseason predictions. I had the White Sox as the 2 seed in the entire AL, and Seattle making it. So this isn't too bad.
Except the White Sox poverty.
Yeah. I had the Yankees as the 6th seed.
So that's an L.
Moving on.
Moving to the NL. What's the one thing I see changing?
The Atlanta Braves are going to win.
Is I agree. Braves will win the East, and the Cardinals will win the Central. And the Phillies are falling out.
Yes.
And the Giants are taking their spot.
Yes. I think we're mutually agreeing. It's going to be Cardinals win, Brewers get a wild card, Atlanta wins, Mets get a wild card, and Dodgers win. Where are we differing here?
I don't think anywhere. So I'm going to have...
but you said the Giants are taking their spot.
The Phillies spot.
Yeah, but then the Mets have to have a wild card.
Well, so that just switches with Atlanta. So I'm going to have Dodgers 1 seed.
So you don't have the Padres in.
No. I have Dodgers 1 seed. I have the Braves as the 2 seed. I have the Cardinals as the 3 seed.
You can't have 7 spots, bud.
No, it's not 7. And then I have...
Mets, Braves.
Yes.
Brewers, Cardinals.
Yes.
Dodgers, Padres. That's 6. So the Giants don't have a spot. That would be the 7th team. Cardinals are in.
No, I'm saying Brewers aren't making it.
Oh. They're not making the playoffs at all.
No.
Okay. That's interesting.
Central ain't big enough for the 2 of us.
It basically is right now. Because we're tied for a...
But it's not going to be. No, I have Dodgers as the 1 seed, Mets as the 2, or not Mets, sorry. Look at it now. Dodgers is 1, Braves is the 2, Cardinals is the 3. The Mets will be the top wild card as the 4 seed. The Padres will be the next wild card as the 5 seed, and the Giants will be the 6 seed.
Well, I have Braves winning, Mets wild card, Cardinals winning, Brewers wild card, and Dodgers winning with the Padres wild card.
And the Mets being the best wild card?
Yeah.
Then who's better out of Milwaukee and San Diego?
San Diego.
So yeah, Milwaukee is the 6.
Yeah.
Okay. So the only thing we have different is...
You have the Giants over the Brewers as the 6.
Yep.
So, we've got our winners of the divisions and we've got our wild cards. Mm-hmm. So, let's set up brackets.
Set up a bracket. Well, we'll
cut ahead. Skip ahead. Now that we're back,
I didn't
did you enjoy that speed line?
I didn't make it out.
Did you enjoy that time lapse?
I enjoyed it.
Look at me actually putting forth effort.
This is art. This
is
all
literally how the bracket's set up.
This is all the art you'll get from me.
So, I'll go first.
Okay.
We've got the 1 seed Dodgers with a bye, and the 2 seed Braves with a bye.
I got that too.
The 1 seed Yankees with a bye. And
I have the 2 seed.
2 seed Astros with a bye.
So I have the 1 seed Astros and the 2 seed Yankees.
So
Astros on top, baby.
3 seed Cardinals are facing the 6 seed Brewers in a little best of 3 division rivalry. Cardinals are taking it after taking the division. We're going to take that too.
Okay.
Mets are the 4 seed taking on the Padres, the 5 seed.
Yep, I have that.
The Mets are going to take that one.
Yeah, I had that too.
So that sets up the Dodgers and the Mets.
Yep, I had Dodgers, Mets.
And I got the Mets.
I also had the Mets. We
Wow.
did not collaborate on this.
We both have the Braves and Cardinals set up down here.
Yes, but I had the Cards beating the 6-seeded Giants. I think the Brewers don't make the playoffs entirely.
Oh, yeah. Cards are going to take that one. It's the Braves. So it's going to set up Cardinals, Mets, and I got the Cardinals in the series.
Yeah, so I said the Braves are beating the Cards.
So the Braves supporter has them losing, but the Cardinals fan, we're both going. Yeah.
We just can't beat the Braves. I don't know what it is. We just can't beat them.
Beat them 2 years ago. 3 years ago.
Yeah, but ever since then, like in the regular season, we're dog water.
I'm going to move on.
So change my mind on August 25th when we play them at home, maybe. And
we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
We'll be there.
Come check us out.
Just find us.
You can get an autograph.
Grady's been asking for one of those for a month. On this side, we got the 4 seed Rays against the 5 seed Jays.
That's what I have.
Rays, Jays. The Jays are winning that one to face the 1 seed Yanks.
That's what I have, except I have them facing the Astros.
The 3 seed Guardians are facing the 6 seed Twins. So we have 2 division rivalries here in the first round. Guardians are going to take that one. In 3. Just going to throw that in there. I didn't really think about that until now. So we got Guardians, Astros. Astros are going to take that one. So it sets up this Yankees-Astros ALCS again. And the Astros are going to take it.
So my AL is similar. I have Toronto, Tampa, and I have Toronto winning. But I have the Twins taking the AL Central still, and then I have the White Sox creeping into a wild card spot as the 6th seed. I have the White Sox beating the Twins, I'll say in 3. So then I have the 2-seeded Yankees. I think the Astros will be the 1 seed. I have the 2-seeded Yankees facing the White Sox. Yankees win that one. Astros beat Toronto. Astros, Yankees, like you said, and I have the Astros winning that as well.
So we both have the Astros in the series.
Yep.
You've got the Mets in the World Series.
I have the Mets beating the Braves after the Braves beat the Cards. So it'll be Mets, Astros, and World Series.
No loyalty. No loyalty. They talk about me being unloyal.
So you have Cards, Astros.
I have
Cards, Astros
Astros.
would be fun.
Very fun.
Whew.
I've never been to a playoff baseball game, but this might have to be the year.
That'd be the one.
It might have to
if
be.
we get there.
If we don't, no one Arenado might be in a different uniform.
Side note, is the 3-game series all played at the home team?
Yes.
Like it
all
was
played at the higher seed.
Okay.
Lower seed.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
So that sets up Cards, Astros, and I got the Cardinals in 7.
So in my Astros Mets World Series, I have the Astros in 6. So those were our second half predictions, some trade stuff, who we think is going to win the World Series and stuff like that. It's going to be fun. We'll come back periodically and look at them and give some new predictions and updates and stuff. Be on the lookout for some NBA offseason overall grade video. We'll do a West Coast and an East Coast video both. We'll have some fun with that. Hopefully have Hayden or Kyler on for those. So it'll be fun. So we're glad you guys joined us for this episode of the Triple Double Watch. If you're still here, you're a real one. Be subscribed, tell your friends. Hope you love the content. Until next time, ciao.